Assalamu alaikum. Sulaiman Ibrahim here. Welcome, sisters and brothers. Critical analytics. Today we're going to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah. First, I want to say a few things, but in regards to Sodom and Gomorrah, I'm not going into great detail. I'm just going to give you an overview and show you how you need the angel key to unlock these stories, and that they're the same stories over and over again, just from different perspectives, add more color to it. See, so we're going to touch on it. I'm still not going into great detail, just give you an overview. But first I want to say a few things. Let's see this, make my small change here. Now, I've been having some technical difficulties there, mess with my stuff like they normally do. And if my pictures freeze up, don't worry about it. They just start happening. They pester me. They try and stop this light. They can't stop it. Brothers and sisters, you are the only light in this world. You need to think about that. You are the only light in this world. This world is total darkness. It's getting darker and darker by the day, by the hour, by the minute, by the second. But we know the darker the light gets, the darker it gets, the brighter the stars shine. And right now, you're the only stars there are. See, it tells you that Jesus will start out with just a very few. You're the only stars. I said, in fact, he only had about 12 disciples, right? And he had 2 women that supported him. And he didn't have very much. See? So, but that wasn't enough, because Elijah Muhammad was just him. We had a lot of followers, but Master Muhammad left him, they all abandoned him. But Muhammad was just him. So we don't worry about those type of things. But we're told that the light that's here now, is going to be like a supernova. It's going to be a big explosion. That's going to happen very soon. Because Master Muhammad, he's not on the planet, but you are. And you're the brightest lights on this planet right now. And he's getting ready to take out the opposition. See, the cornerstone of this false vision, he's getting ready to take it out, which is going to cause the whole house to crumble, to crash. See, everything that's opposing the light is going to crash. That's about to happen. And we're told, right, that your crown be based on how much energy you put into your light, how bright your light shines. And it's up to you how light your bright shines. It's up to you how bright your light shines. I'll say it again. It's up to you how bright your light shines, because I'm giving you the fuel. Now you're going to apply your fuel to your light, or you're going to apply your fuel to the devil's light. See? That's your choice. I've applied all my fuel to this light. As I said, in 1990, when I broke the seals, that was by accident, in manner of speaking, because I had no idea that I was breaking the seals. I had no idea that I'd be doing this. I just ran across this book. Like I said, I was at my wife's house, at her mother's house, and I heard this guy reciting the book, and I got into it because I'm interested. I'm a genius at solving puzzles. Always have been a riddle, solving riddles, right? At that time, the riddles I was trying to solve was the riddle of the universe, how the universe works, where atoms come from, where neutrons come from, where protons come from, how all this stuff works. You know, what's the nature behind the universe? See? And that's when I realized, I broke it all down. It's all about pressure. And I understood where neutrons came from and where protons come and put it all together in gravity. See? And that's what I was working on. See, that's been working on ever since I can remember. I really focused on it, and really, under Elijah Muhammad, I really got into it. And so those two things, I never talked about that with you. Those things, it was kind of strange in a way, because both those things came together at the same time. Because I was under so much pressure trying to figure out how the universe works. I mean, it was like almost driving me crazy. Because I gave all my mind just trying to figure out how that works. And the thing is, it clicked. It all came together at the same time I broke the 7 seals. Okay? At that time, right, I was a very wealthy person. I'm not doing so bad now, but I was a very wealthy person. See, we lived in a mini mansion, my children, family, you know, a nice piece of land, right? A separate house. It was two houses, a mini mansion and then a house where the garage was. And it was a house, it was an apartment over top of the garage. Right? A very beautiful neighborhood. And the prospect of getting much more. I mean, if I kept on going, I know I'd become a multi-millionaire. But now if I kept going. And then I got into the angel. And I didn't know what I was doing when I got into the angel. I had no idea about breaking these seals. All I know is I was trying to figure this puzzle out. So I had no idea about breaking these seals. See? And about being the lamb. I mean, I've been reading the Bible all my life, and I never saw myself in there. I just been reading, trying to understand it. See? Because I was trying to figure the Bible out long before I started breaking the seals, just trying to figure it out. I didn't know there was a key to it, or that anything. I didn't know anything called the angel, or that it was sealed down. I know Elijah Muhammad said it was a veil on it, but I thought pretty much he must have had a handle on it. So I went with that. I got into it, and the more I got into it, I said, oh. And when it hit me like a bulldozer. I mean, it knocked me out. I said, what? And then, right, and about shortly after, I started having these people, I mean, right away. I started, some of the people I met knew, right? Well, let me go into more detail. They barely had internet in 1990. They didn't have social media. Didn't have YouTube, right? They barely had emails. And nobody had computers, desktops. These laptops you see right there, they didn't exist. Right? Very few people had a desktop. I had one because that's my profession. I was an IT person. See? And so, how did I communicate? Well, I set me a web page, but it wasn't any good, right? Because the website, because nobody had computers anyway. Nobody knew what a website was, but I set up mine, I knew how to do it. Remember GoDaddy, I think was around. I don't think that was around. I think that was one of the first ones around or whatever. But how could you get people to come to the website? They don't have a computer, they know where it is. So I used to write books and go out and pass leaflets around. You know, go to people's houses and leave leaflets on their doors and stuff, on their cars. That's what I was doing. And I got a few people, right? See? And it took me a little while. It was about, my first victory was 1990, and when because I put the thing I saw and I said they was getting a war in the Middle East. I told everybody they getting ready to go to war in the Middle East this year. That was my first victory. And so I had a lot of people involved me when they saw that, because Saddam Hussein went into Kuwait in, I think it was August, and the war started in 1991. But I said back in around April, because I started trying to start studying in 1989. And it took me 1990 to break it. And once I broke it, I realized I was going to war. So some people came and got involved with me as a result of that. See? But at that time, I did not know it was 1990 before the Armageddon would kick off. I didn't know that. So it took me a while to figure that one out. And 30 years in the future, when I kind of revealed that to the people, they kind of disappeared. They started fading away, so I said, okay, fine. See? And then when I started telling me that this was me, and I understood how the universe works, that pressure and everything cost. See, I wasn't fully up on the 5 fundamental principles of Islam at that time. I had some basic ideas about it, but I wasn't fully up on it. See? But I was making slots. I didn't know how to know about that part. So they, I looked at this and I says, and I saw what the point of this book was. I said, that means that's going to be, man, this is monstrous. This is a monster here, right? And I know if I hung on with this, it's going to cost me everything. Because if I'm this land they're talking about, it's going to cost me everything. See? Do I want to do that? See? I didn't take long to think about it. I said, okay, I'm going to do it. See? Because I love Master Prophet Muhammad, and I said, that's what he wants me to do. I'm going to do it. I said, if Elijah Muhammad did it, he gave rest his life to do it. I couldn't do any less because I was one of his men. I was one of his followers at the time, right? See, he was gone, but I was still Elijah Muhammad. I never wasted 1 second with Farrakhan. Never, not 1 second. And I never wasted 1 second with Wallace either. I saw them. I knew about them, enough about the Bible to know about them. And so, if Elijah Muhammad sacrificed everything he had for it, and that's what Master Muhammad wants, and that's what my people need. And I said, if there's any other kind of way to let someone else do it, I'm let to do it, but nobody. But I knew. I didn't want that burden. I did not want it. I looked around and knew I was going to lose everything I had. I did it anyway. I said, because that's my people need. They've sacrificed 400 years, 464 years here, and I can't stand up for them. Elijah Muhammad went down, put this beach for 42 years, and I can't stand up for them. Master Muhammad has been on the case since 1877. I can't stand up for them. I looked at Elijah and says, and low pro me, right, at the time, right? How was I? 1990? 40 years old? Said life begins at 40? 1990, right? 41 years old? 1989, when I first started breaking, so I started at 40 years old. No parents, nothing. Just grew up with nothing, right? I had to work my ass off to get where I was, and all of a sudden I was going to go down, lose everything, right? And struggle for the next 30 years. I mean, I didn't know it was 30 years at the time. I kind of backed into that one too, so I thought maybe 4 or 5 years. But when I realized with 30-some years, all the people disappeared, so. But I went for it. So if I hadn't went for it, I would not have reached you. And you need to realize, you need to think about it. How was you thinking before this angel touched you? Because that's what people think. You always keep that in mind. That's what people think. That's how they're thinking now. They're lost out there. And when your eyes are open, you know the difference between being open and being closed. See? And we're told there's 12 additional thrones, 12 tribes, right? Waiting for those to step up and take them. See? So that's where we are, brothers and sisters. They've done everything to me to stop this message. Like I said, there wasn't any social media, anything. But the lessons tell you that rain, snow, earthquake, and everything, touch all this stuff is a result of Solomon, son of man. Because none of this stuff, 1990 changed the world. It changed the world. And it changed the world how? In our favor. Because where I didn't have a voice back there, look at the voice I have now. Social media. I can reach people all over the world, though they're trying to stop it. But that wasn't possible in 1990. Now it is possible. So how does that happen? Did it happen because it just happened? Or did it happen because this message is forced to happen? Because you understand, energy doesn't die, it spreads. If you throw a brick into the ocean, you may not understand it, but any mathematician will tell you that when those waves that you see go off from that brick, those waves, they get weaker and weaker and weaker, right? But they will be felt on the other side of the world. I know you don't understand that, but it's true. Go and look up about whales. Do you know a whale sings? Do you know if a whale sings in the Atlantic? I guess, in other words, if a whale singing, another whale on the other side of the ocean, other side of the world, ocean, can hear it. Check it out. Don't take my word for it. Just Google it. See? Those are vibrations. I keep trying to explain to you about this. Start reading about pressure and vibration because you don't understand how powerful it is. So once this angel was, the angel was revealed, it was like throwing us a meteor into the ocean. And so it's just all these counter vibrate because the world was like having waves going in one direction from Satan, false Israel. All of a sudden, bam, you throw it. Now it got waves going the other direction against it. See? It depends on how powerful the source is. And the angel, we told the most powerful source in the world today. In fact, it's the most powerful source ever because it's the one that's designed for the time of unprecedented trouble. That's why it was sealed down with 7 seals. So it's, I know it's affecting everybody on the planet. See? Because the world is changing what? Think about it. Is the world going in our direction or is it going in their direction? Is the world going in our direction or is it going in their direction? Or if the world keeps going like it's going now, who would benefit? Will we benefit or will they benefit? You see? Then you start understanding. If the world keeps going just like it is right now, who would benefit? Because they're going to war. They're being defeated. All the institutions are crumbling. So if the world keeps going like it is right now, who's going to benefit? That shows you where the source is coming from. Who's going to benefit? Is Lion Farrakhan going to benefit? Is Lion Assad going to benefit? Is any of these clowns going to benefit? Is Satan going to benefit? Is America going to benefit? The world keep going just like it is right now, and the pace is going right now. Who's going to benefit? Because the angels are the only light out there that's getting brighter and brighter and brighter. It may be a little light and for your mind, right? But if the world keeps going, it's going to be the only light left. Because the world's going in our direction. Why is it going in our direction? If you understand consequence, that means if it's a result of our actions. If it's going in our direction, how's it going? That's why you understand vectors. It's only going in our direction because we're providing the force that's forcing it to go in our direction. We're forcing the world in our direction. It's not going it by itself. We're forcing it in our direction. It's forcing against them. It's going against them. The whole world's going against them. They come confused. They're about to go to war and everything else. Why? Because this whole world's going against them. Because they've been forced. There's a force of going against them. Where's that force coming from? It's coming from the angel. It ain't coming from Farrakhan. It ain't coming from Silas. It's coming from his. And once you understand that, bro, since you're not powerful, you are. Because every time you get up there and speak towards it, but if you waste your energy on frivolous stuff, then that's on you. See? Because your light will only shine as bright as much fuel you give to it. Remember the story about the 10 virgins? 5 of them went to sleep. The other one kept adding more light, more fuel to their light. Like I said, everybody gets the same amount of energy. So how much energy are you applying to this light? And that's the result you want to get. You reap what you sow. If you plant 1 seed, you get 1 tree. If you plant 2 seeds, you get 2 trees. Understand that concept? So you want to be one of those 12 sitting on a throne, on those 12 thrones, because we said the nation of Islam will be divided into 12 tribes. It tells you right in the angel who's going to sit on those 12 thrones. So that's what it is, brother and sister. See? A great sacrifice. I didn't realize I was going to have to make this sacrifice. But I've done it 30 years in. And now we're at the door. See? And you sisters, in your words out there, right? When you bring a new creation into this world, that's one of the greatest lights you can do. So don't feel intimidated. Anyway, brothers and sisters, we're going to move into this presentation, a short presentation about Sodom and Gomorrah. And like I said, I'm just gonna give you a high level, right? General picture of it, not going into great detail, to show you how all these stories are talking about the same thing. By the way, I'm doing this the second time because the first time they froze up my camera and everything. They playing with stuff, so I got, you have no idea the things, brothers and sisters, that I have to go through to get this message to you. See, but I don't dwell on those stuff because we have to get the message out, and they can keep on doing what they're doing. That's fine, right? Like some of you know, I've been telling you some of history, right? They took it, they put me in jail for 3 years out in the Pacific. I had nothing, no money, anything. That would actually put me on physical trial. They tried to make deal where if you make a deal that you only go to jail prison for 6 years, right? And after that you have to get permission to leave the island. No, they won't stop me from leaving the island. And they had my book, my angel book I tell y'all about. They had it, they didn't like it. They brought it up in the trial. What's this? What does it look like? They tried to get me to recant. I don't recant. I said everything I said there, I said it because that's what's true. And I beat them. They try to make you make a deal. Well, if you only do 6 years, but if you fail, if you lose this trial, you're gonna go in jail for 30 years. You're gonna be in prison 30 years. It didn't faze me. See, because I know who Master Farah Muhammad is. See, and by that time I knew the five fundamental principles of Islam, and I applied all of them. Because that breaks all chains. See. But as I was saying earlier, right, and I'm going to say this quickly. I've been studying the Bible ever since I was a child, especially after my father left, because I had no guidance. I was 14 years old, I didn't know anything. So I said, well, I need somebody to tell me something. Nobody was telling me anything. Anybody was telling me wrong. Everybody was smoking and drinking, all that kind of stuff. They had me smoking for about a minute. I said, man, what's all this doing this swag? Don't make no sense. I couldn't ask somebody you smoking. I tried it. It didn't make no sense to me. I think I must smoke about 2 or 3 cigarettes in my life. And it didn't make no sense, right? When I Vietnam, I got now marijuana. That made sense because I felt good. But, I told y'all a story about that one. See? But I was always trying to understand how everything works. And so my main focus, which almost nearly drove me crazy. 2 times, I almost went insane when I was in the army about religion. Because I said, I'm going to get everything that I've been taught about religion and everything. I'm not going to say anything unless I can prove it. And I didn't realize how much that I thought I knew was all bullshit. Because I thought most people, they walk around with all these ideas in their head and they think that's real, that's reality. I says, I knew, I said, no, man, if it can't be proven, I'm not going to accept it. And so everything, I was about 18 years old, I said, everything that they told me, I'm going to reject it. Christmas, God, everything, until I can prove it. And at that time, I threw the Bible away. Because I was believing the Bible, so I can't prove this stuff. I threw it away. And I said, I'm not going to let anything come to my mind unless I can prove it. And I almost went insane. I almost had a nervous breakdown. Because I didn't realize that everything I thought I knew was bullshit, totally. I said, I can't go through the world like that. See, I'm not going all the details behind it, but anyway. So then, I kept on, and then I started thinking, and started checking history, because I was good at history also. And I came to the conclusion that, I came to a satisfactory conclusion that certain things were probably correct, and that's what led me on to search for Elijah. Because I said, if this book is right, this Elijah, that would be my proof that the Bible was correct. I had to have a proof, something to prove that this book was correct. Right? Or I was going to leave him totally alone. So that's why I left to drop the army and everything, just left it all. I was a sergeant army, right? I've always been successful in everything I've done. See, and I was paying on a Porsche. They had a program where you could buy a Porsche. So by the time I got out of the military, I was going to come home with a Porsche. At that time, I was about 18, 19 years old, I guess. When I went search for Elijah Muhammad, I was 20, right? So that was 69. Okay, so, but, and so I was paying on a Porsche. So when I was gonna have a Porsche, I was going to college because, you know, my college was paid for. I had some money in my pocket. They saved a lot of money. I was coming back hard. I was gonna get all the ladies. See, and that's what that's my thinking. See, because I didn't know any other way. I mean, I studied the Bible. The Bible didn't say anything necessarily wrong about that. I didn't know anything about the Quran. Never saw a Quran in my life. I don't think I even knew Quran exists at that time. See, maybe I read the Quran, probably had a different understanding. But no, you see, I thought that's the way I had to go. See, I thought my knowledge of the Bible was probably possible to make me successful. But I wasn't sure. I said, I can't accept this book like it's a proof. And that's what led me, when I read Malachi, I said, here's what my proof is. Because based on my understanding of Malachi, if I understand this Bible correctly, this person called Elijah must exist right now. He must be here somewhere. And I was so convinced and so certain. I dropped everything I had built. I dropped everything. I just left the military. You can't just walk out of Vietnam. So I took a leave. I had a leave coming. R&R, they call it. So I took an R&R to Hawaii and just kept going. Looking for Elijah. I didn't know about Elijah. How I knew it was Elijah. I told you all a story about that. When I find Elijah, that's what sold me. The book is right. And so therefore, at that point in time, that problem was solved. I gave everything to Elijah, all of it. Gave my whole life. I was homeless and everything. Sticking with that, I didn't care. And nothing would stop me from being with Elijah. That's why I got my ex in Chicago, in New Jersey. And I didn't even realize Elijah was the one running this whole thing. I told y'all a story about that. When I found out, I said, I'm going to go where he is. Mr. J. Shabbat tried to talk me out of it. I said, no, I'm going to go where Elijah is. So I went to Chicago in 1970, September 1970. I stayed there until 83. Right there with Elijah. See? So that solved that problem. So once that problem was solved, then I went to the next stage. I wanted to figure out how the universe works. You say, what's wrong with this fool? He wants to know how the universe works. That's what I wanted. I want to know how this universe works. That's the kind of mind I got. Like I said, I'm kind of like antisocial. I don't like to be around people. And I keep telling myself, how was I going to get all these ladies? Because I don't talk to nobody. I'm studying. I was thinking, well, if I go to college, maybe some ladies in college, I'm in college, and I'll probably meet somebody like myself. See? And then we'll be happy forever, ever after. That's what I was thinking. Right? But that never happened. So I started trying to figure out how the universe worked. And that damn near drove me crazy. See? Because they tried to get me to be a minister. Mr. Yeshua tried to get a minister. They saw I was fired up. I was 100% FOI. I did everything I was supposed to do. He tried to get me a minister. I wouldn't do it. Because I was so wrapped up, see, and trying to figure out how the universe works. And like I said, I wasn't looking to be, because most of the ministers, they wanted to be big shots, right? Hey, man, they wanted adulations, and I wasn't interested in that. I was interested in knowledge. Because I was a child. The only thing I ever wanted to be was a scientist anyway. Ever since I was a child. So I started that. And so you figure from 1970 until 1990, that's 20 years. I was studying. I was studying seriously. I was doing all that. I remember when I got married, I had a family, right? I just had to devote energy to that because I had taken my family. I took care of my family. I was very good with my family. I was very good with my children. That's why they can talk all that BS they talk about right now. I was very good with my children. I spent all my time with them. I toured them. Used to take them on the weekends. I always take them out to the park or to the beach or to a movie or somewhere. I always spent all my time with you. I wasn't hanging out, buying cars, watching them sell. All my time with my children. So when they act up, sitting down, I ain't paying attention to them. See? Because all the neighbors say, man, I ain't never seen anybody spend time with children like you do. Anyway, so that came, what I'm trying to say is that I finally figured out that pressure was the model and the basis of the universe. See, You think that's a light thing? That was an awesome thing to figure it out, because when I come to that conclusion. See, so that was my second mind bender. That was my second mind bender. The first one was figuring that Bible, proving that was correct, finding Elijah. Second one was realizing that the universe was based on pressure and its opposite tension. That almost drove me crazy too. See. So then, right? But then, remember, I started my second in 83, 89, going into the angel. I didn't even know it was an angel. I ain't never heard the word angel. I didn't know what it was. I mean, I think I may have heard it because I think they said Jesus. I think that it's something about in the Quran or something about the angel or something. I had no idea what that was talking about. See? And I said I backed into the Bible, the Revelation by accident. I've always been solving puzzles. That's what scientists do. That's find how the universe works. That's a puzzle, and I figured it out. It took me 20 years to do it, but I did it, and it all came together at the same time. That came together, and breaking seals came together at the same time, because that was my next monster, right? And that's still monsters going on right now, really, to a lot of great extent, because every time I learn more about it, that creates more vibrations that's affecting everybody in the world. Because every time a seal was broken, right, it sent out shock waves. That's what the angel tells you. See? So that's the story. So when I figured it out, boom, okay, I got that. See? I got Elijah. I mastered Muhammad. See, I picked by getting Elijah, I got my Elijah. Prophet Muhammad got by getting Elijah, right? I got mastered Muhammad too. I wasn't expecting that one. See, because I always believed that God was a man. I used to say that when I was in the military. People thought I was nuts, man. You crazy, man, guy. You know. When I got Elijah, I got that too. So then, right? Then I got how the universe works. When I got that, the 5 fundamental principles of Islam that came with that. It was like a gift, icing on the cake, because that's how they work, based on pressure. See? And then, here I am with the Revelations. I'm trying to just figure it out. I had no idea I was breaking any seals. I was just trying to figure out what the book was saying. And then I realized breaking seals and the lamb and all this stuff. And because I'm thinking, I think Elijah Muhammad had that under control. And when it dawned on me, I said, what the? They talking about me in here? And understand how the universe works, and consequent everything, I realized, damn, to take this on, it's taking on the entire planet, taking on the entire world, just me. And it may result in losing everything I got, because I'm going to have to place all my energy, because then I was putting all energy in basically the American dream, with Elijah Muhammad kind of trimmings on it. Because what else was there? I mean, after Elijah Muhammad left, what else was there? I mean, I was trying to, push his program as best I could. See, but that still required, right, building stuff, because I tried. I went out there and I tried to set up some businesses and try to get black folks work and stuff, and every time I got to deal with black folks, they betrayed me and they got me in trouble and had me arrested and stole my money and all kinds of stuff. But I kept on trying to work with brothers and sisters. I didn't give up on them. See, Elijah Muhammad didn't give up on us. I didn't give up on them. See. So that's what, that's, and so when it finally dawned on me, I said, okay, bam. I'm gonna have to do it. I said they caught me, they backed me into this thing, because I didn't ask for it. I didn't want it. I don't want it now. See? But that's what's required. Now people need it. And if our people went 400 years of hell, then what? I'm going to back off now and say, I can't help my people? If Elijah Muhammad went to 40-some years told this beast basically by itself, I can't stand for my people. Master Muhammad been on the case since 1877, I can't stand for my people. See? If I see it's burden, I'm not going to pick it up. See? I look around and say, can anybody else pick this thing up? I'll follow you. I mean, really. If there's someone else that could have picked this up, I would have followed them. I didn't want to do it. It tells in the scriptures, Jesus did not want to do it. He says, can you get somebody else to do this? Because you have no idea what this is, brothers and sisters. We are lifting up the world. We're changing the world. We got what, 6 billion people in the world? I got 6 billion enemies. No prophet Muhammad, he just had to deal with Arabia. Prophet Jesus only had to deal with around Jerusalem, that area. No prophet had to do it, ain't do anything like this. Nothing. They deal with the whole planet, with a beast, the most powerful beast ever. And they tried to kill me. I'll show you evidence of it. Threw me in prison. They tried to throw me in prison, but forever. Right? See, they've been trying to kill me lately with COVID. They've given me, they hit me with 3 times already, I'm sure. Right? And I've overcome all of them. I just got overcome the last one recently. Right? They're trying to make it look like I died from COVID. See? Because I know my body, I fast a lot, so I know what's going on in my body. So I know they hit me with it 3 times. They stronger and stronger. Right? It's not working. See? They're trying to shut this light out. They can't. They're trying. See? But so now we have internet, and we got all kinds of stuff out there. I mean, I can't do it all by myself, brothers and sisters. So all you brothers and sisters standing with me is greatly appreciated, because I can't do it myself. I mean, there's a lot of stuff there. What they call that podcast. We're not even touching that, I don't think. I mean, I don't know how that even works, how we reach people that way. See? But Master Muhammad is working with us, and he can really take down false Israel, which is a cornerstone of this false vision. And when he takes it down, this whole foundation is going to collapse. Then there will be no opposition to our vision. See, we're gonna move on we're gonna blow this whole place away, right? Like a tornado, a hurricane. So I just want to say that, brothers and sisters, right? You're the only light in the world right now. So it's up to you how much fuel you're going to apply that. Because I'm giving you the fuel. But it's up to you how you're going to use that fuel. You're going to use it to advance this light, or you're going to use it to advance the devil's light, or you're going to try half and half or 60-40. Right? That's your choice. But the result you get is based on it be a consequence of what you did. So let's move on into this presentation. Like I said, I'm not giving an overview. I'm not going into details about it. Nobody come back and say, hey, no, I'm just giving an overview. See, because some of you still trying to understand how the angel stuff works. I'm just giving a little overview on how this works with Sodom and Gomorrah. See. I can now understand those things. Let's understand the angel key. I said, I didn't know it was a key. I can't tell you. I think by me having solved trying to understand, basically understand the universe, if I hadn't solved that just before I got to the angel, I don't think I could have got to the angel, because that would have been too much for mine. Because that first one was a heavy load, and by me solving that, that released my mind, because I don't think I could have handled both at the same time. I don't think so, because you have no idea how much a heavy load this is, and how much work we got to do. We got the Sunnis over here doing everything they can, brainwashing our people. Why? They ain't going to try and brainwash the white folks. They're going to try and brainwash us. Why? See, and then, so if you got Islam, Because first of all, before Elijah Muhammad came, they didn't give you a damn if you had Islam or not. They wasn't over here trying to tell you about Islam. They was over in Detroit, every place else. But they didn't come out and say boo to the black folks about Islam. Nothing. So now all of a sudden they're your friend, want to tell about Islam. Why? See? Then you got what? False Israel, 40, 1940, Paul. Now all of a sudden they're true seed Abraham. Then you got these demons. Now Pharaoh comes out there. He's pretending, right? He's one of us. Brothers, sisters. And these people are serious. And their whole objective is to destroy you. And that's what the whole story about Sodom and Gomorrah is about. So I'm going to touch on it. The whole objective is to destroy you. And if you ain't careful, you're going to get caught up. See? Because some of you, right, you're going to come through with your shoes on fire. Some of you going to come with your pants on fire. Some of you going to come with your dress on fire. Some of you come with your whole body on fire. Because that's how sharp, that's how close you're going to be from destruction. You're going to be running out of the house with your clothes on fire. See? When you could have just run out of the house before the fire started. That whole story about Sodom and Gomorrah. The same story about flee. The same story. Just different perspective. Let's go into it. Okay. So I got a couple of things right here. Now Lot here, right, represents the Christian blacks, the demons. See? You understand these stories because you get mixed up. You think, oh, well, Lot's a righteous person, right? See? Anyway, that's who he represents, right? So Lot had 3 daughters. See? So I show you that daughter. One says bitter, that's the other daughter. Okay? No, excuse me. He had 2 daughters and a wife. So the bitter there is the wife. Now you say, where did I get bitter from? Well, when you take when you look at the 4 trumpets, right? Okay, the 3rd trumpet would be where the bitter is. Remember the 3rd trumpet, right, made everybody bitter. That was the that was called absinthe, right? And made everybody bitter. So that's the one that became bitter. So that's his wife and 2 daughters. See? So there's Lot, his 2 wives and his daughters. And where were they? They were in Sodom. We can say in a minute. See? And the angels came, right? And when the angels came, right, they wanted to attack the angels and attack Sodom. See? You got to follow this through. They wanted to read the story. They wanted to attack the angels, and they wanted to attack Lot, and they wanted to attack let me back up. The angels want the people in Sodom wanted to attack Lot and wanted to attack the angels. They wanted to make Lot, right? They wanted Lot. They didn't want his daughter. They wanted him. They wanted him to be like them. Well, they was threatening with death. See, same old story. And the angels had to protect him. See, and then he had to flee. Right? Why? Because they were going to bring fire down on him. That's the 4 winds. He told him to flee. See? That's the story. And he's talking about the same thing, just putting a different color on it. Read the story carefully. So I'm leaving it there. So maybe I'll move myself over a little bit so you can read the story. Right? You can find it. You just Google it. You can find it. So there it is. So what happened was they was trying to attack Lot. They didn't want his daughters. They would have sex with him or threat of death. They was trying to force him to be like them. Otherwise, they were going to kill him. So the angels had to take and blind him, cover them. That was the people of Sodom. He had to cover them. He had to protect Lot. See, because they was going to attack the angels too. Remember? They was going to attack the angels too. They wanted Lot, and they wanted the angels. See, there you go. So it means they want. That's the war. They want to fight, right? They're fighting with the angels right there. That's Syria and Iran. That's the Shia. That's their war. See, they're getting ready for war. See, they weren't attacking them. They wanted to. They're at the door trying to attack them. They was at the door, remember? See, so they're at the door right now. They threatened to attack them. They wanted them to do what they want to do, and they was going to threaten them with death. That's where you are right there. They're at the door. See? Sodom and Gomorrah. So I'm just giving you an overview, sister. Sometime I'll go into more detail. But so much stuff happening right now, brother. I told you, brother and sister, I told you I was going to take it. Keep hitting on this, right? Because we're at the door. This can explode any day now. Okay, so here we go. See? So they attack. See? And when they attack, the angels had to blind them. You see? So it's kind of indirect here, but if you see it that way, right? Actually, it looks like Lot got blinded because now he's covered his eyes to see. So that's where the blinding comes in. See? It's kind of like reverse, but they're telling you that's where the blinding comes in. Because now, because only one can see this Lot. Remember, he's one of the eyes. But now, right? So that's where that comes in. So they attack. See? Now this is where, right, the abomination of desolation is about to happen. See, false Israel is surrounded by armies. It's getting ready to go down. America and Britain has been thrown out. False Israel is under siege. Same story, brothers and sisters. Same story. See? So they want to attack, but they remember, they're being restrained. They've been restrained. They try to attack, but the angels will restrain them. They blind them and restrain them. See? They tell them, Lot, get ready to get the hell out of here. And that we're told when you see Jerusalem surrounded by enemies, by armies, right? That the desolation is about the desolation abominable desolation is about is nigh. That's what it's talking about. Because they're restrained. They're trying to attack, but they're restrained by the angels. See? That's when the blinding takes place. They're restrained. So falls Israel under siege. So it's talking about. See? So it's telling Lot, they take Lot by the hand. Remember they take Lot by the hand? There you go. Angels got the Lot under by the hand. They took him by the hand. So you got to flee. You see? Stay the story. It says it right here. I go back to the previous one, see if they say that. Yeah, when he hesitated, the man grabs his hand, hands his wife. See? So they grab him by the hand. See? So now you got to flee. Because we're getting ready to hit them, right? With fire. See? See, it rained down sulfur. And if you understand the angel, right? Those two, where you see the mountains at, the bottom two, that's the fire and sulfur. They're going to rain it down on Sodom and Gomorrah. See? So when false Israel goes, bam, now it's gone. Now you better flee. You baby. But those you fight Israel, you know you're already gone by that. When you see false Israel surrounded, under siege, brothers and sisters, don't. Just, that gives you time. Get in your car, head towards Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, because that's where all the blacks going to be. Don't hesitate. See, you got Other people, they still not going to. Actually, at this point in time, I should have had this like this, because Suleiman's there. Hold on, brothers and sisters. I made a little error there. Got one like that too? Oh, I gotta change all of these. Okay, hold on. Okay, go back here. Okay, and that's the time that says Suleiman would be. So Suleiman would be right there in show this here. He'd be right there. That's the door. That'd be Nation of Islam. That's where he would be, right? See, and that says, right? Because that time they're going to be attacking. That's me attacking. You better be gone. Say when you say that, flee immediately. See, that's for those, right, that didn't get it before. That's their last one. If you didn't flee, if you didn't have fled by then, you're in trouble. And during this particular time right here, this is the time when Suleiman has taken over the NOI and says this gospel preaching all the world. That means he's going to have a platform, because that's going to be national news if the Nation of Islam changes hands violently, because it's going to be violent. See, that's going to be national news. See, spread all over the world. And that means people are going to be listening to whoever's took over the Nation of Islam. He's going to be telling them, remember, because at that point, false Israel is going to be under siege. He's telling people, run, because they're getting ready to kill you. Because when false Israel goes down, it's going to be too late. So that message is going to be told all black folks. The ones that listen, right, they're going to leave. But when he takes over, a lot of black folks are going to come running to the Nation of Islam. A lot. Maybe millions, hundreds of thousands. That's a sign of unity right there. That's going to scare black folks, because now black folks realize, right, because he's telling them that false Israel is false. They've been telling them, no, Jesus will come and rescue false Israel. That's what they're telling them right now. It's going to be a miracle, right? Jesus is going to have divine intervention. So, yeah, false Israel is under siege, right? But don't worry about it, because Jesus is going to, in the last minute, right? And so that's the whole world is on edge. The whole world's on edge. See? Because you got Suleiman telling them, no, you the true seed of Abraham. They lying over, they're going to go down. They tell you, no, God's going to intervene and going to save them, right? And y'all are those synagogue of Satan who claim you're Jews and you're not. And you're going to be destroyed. See, because they're telling that world that we the ones that are synagogue of Satan. Those, and Angel says, those who say they're Jews and not, but synagogue of Satan who God's going to destroy. See, so that's what it's looking at. They look at either false is going to be destroyed or we're going to be destroyed. Read that carefully. Because who else is claiming to be Jews if it ain't black folks? And then Revelation says, those who claim to be Jews are not of the synagogue of Satan. So they're saying we are the synagogue of Satan. They already called him Farrakhan Satan, even though he is Satan. You got to read this stuff carefully. So they're saying that either we're Satan, because if they go down, that means they're Satan. And we're the true seed of Abraham. But they believe that they're going to be miraculously saved. Jesus is going to come. And when he comes, if we're the synagogue of Satan, it means as soon as he comes, Jesus is going to take us out. Because we the others, we the real Satan. That's why we black. Brothers and sisters, you don't understand this. That's why we black, because we Satan. That's the proof that we. That's what they think. They're saying, if you black, that means you must be Satan. Who's cursed black? They think Satan is black. They won't tell you. That's what you're teaching the churches. They was teach with the church wizards in the fields. They teach that we was the seed of Abraham. We was the seed of Satan. We were Satan people. That's why it was safe to enslave us and beat us, because it was Ham who was cursed, black. Remember, Cain was cursed? They ain't going to tell you that now, but that's what they're thinking. Just ask yourself the question. Who are saying they're Jews and they're not? If you believe the false Israel Jews, then who other people are saying they're Jews and not? It's only black people. And what's supposed to happen is they're supposed to be destroyed by Jesus. You understand? So that's what's at stake here. So they're thinking that it's going to they're going to miraculously save false Israel. And we who pretending we're Jews, we're not. We're going to be destroyed by Jesus when he comes. He's going to save Israel and destroy us. That's what they think. That's what they're being taught, right? And even the black preachers, they saying it directly, but they say it indirectly. Because they're not church about the promised land, are they? They think they curse. Because all they are demons anyway. Why do you think they marry white? Because they're trying to get that curse of the black off of them. They're trying to get off their children. I can't get that point close to you enough, brother and sister. That's what they're thinking. See? So if they're thinking that way, and then they found that false Israel go down, they realized that false Israel was really the ones that was lying, and we are the true Jews. That means hell breaks loose. Because that means they're the devils, and they know they at war with God, because they played God, so fighting with them. They know that God just took them out, took false Israel out. That's what I mean. They know they're at war with God, so they will make war with God. So he just took false Israel out, right? And he's already plaguing these people over here, because that's the plagues of killing them, not killing us. They know they're at war with God, and you God, do you get it? It ain't just the police, it ain't just the military, it's the people. That's where you're fleeing from, because they're going to kill you. Because they know it's either you and them. Because if we survive, they're going to go to hell, they're going to be destroyed. We're going to destroy them. I can't bring this home close enough, but I keep saying the same over and over again. You better wake up. Because though you don't wake up, right, you're wasting your time, wasting your energy, you're going to be caught. You're going to be caught in this. Hope none of you listen in Japan, then you're going to be caught up, and you shouldn't. If you do, that's sad. You got to read this carefully. They think we're Satan people. Remember they used to say the devil music, the music was devil music. They wouldn't let children listen to devil music. They think we're the devils. We're Satan's children. That's why we're black. Black is bad. The black people are Satan's people. So if false Israel goes down, that's going to be a mind-blowing experience. Mind shock. And they act immediately, because they know they're at war with God at that point. And anything black's going to be dead if they get their hands on you. It's going to be too late to drive to that white community. Because if you drive, you ain't going to make it to the end of the street. You better be gone already. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. See? So, that's the story. I'm not going to go a lot more detail I could. I said, I'm just trying to bring home the major point here. See? So at this point right here, this way you better flee, you better get out of town, because at that time, right? Where's it here? Oh. Let's go back one. What's going on here? Okay, I'm going back one more. There you go. That point, right? Let's see. Flee. Where we going? If you notice something I never said before, let's see elect here. These are supposed to be the people that's not corrupted, the actual seed of Abraham. That's the elect here. They're already gone. They're already gone. If they have true seed of Abraham, if they really in your words, they're already gone. See, they already gone. So those who been paying attention should have figured, sort of caught on that a long time ago, right? So, should be over here. They're already gone. Okay. His wife's bitter, right? Man, flee. Because what's the next deal here? Because bam, here comes the fire. Here comes the fire. And all black folks united together up here. All the black folks together. Up around Michigan, Detroit, Indiana. Okay. And then the demons are cast out. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. See, you learn from these people because they're going to see you. They see you right now as Satan. They see you as people of Satan because you're black. They're all black people, not just demons, all black folks. When false Israel goes down, that means that explains it all. It's going to clear to everybody that you, the true seed of Abraham. That means they're the devils. They're Satan. And they're at war with God. Because you see his plague, his rage is getting worse every day. That means now they realize God's attacking them. For you. You're the army of God. Remember, it says they will come together as a great army. Black folks coming together. They say you come together. That means you're an enemy to them. They're already at war with China and South North Korea and Russia and Europe. And now you're united here in the country. Remember, that was their greatest fear, that you would unite and turn and war, make war against them, fight with the enemy, and lead the country. Why did they tell you that? Because that's exactly what will happen. And that's what they were afraid of. And so now they see it happening before their eyes. Here you uniting with around Suleiman. He's telling them who they are, and he's prophesied. He's telling them exactly what's happening. And now they just saw their whole light, the truth that their lie just was collapsed. Their lie had been telling just collapsed before their eyes. So now they have to admit that we're true seed of Abraham. That means plague is after them. God's attacking them, and God just kicked their ass on the Middle East and killed their God, Satan. So they war with God, and you're the army of God. This is going to be universally understood by all these white folks. And they know to kill you. You sit in your house thinking everything's okay, they'll come and cut your throat. And then this, right after this, right? That's when when they're thrown out here. Let me show you. I'm gonna let this go. What happened here? Nope. Back up here. Hold on, here, brothers and sisters. Let me get this. Okay. Because at this point, right? Let's come down here. Let's come down here. Let's come down here. That's when the demons are thrown out. Right? This is where they go to war. It's during this time, right, that all hell is broken. They're at war, see, because they all blacks got together. This time that Master from House about to deliver us, right, and hell breaks out here. Because now you got the demons at total war with the white folks here. See, that's going to be the part where they're going to be starving because everything's whole economy's break down, right? The store's going to be empty. They're not going to be any distribution. That's what it's talking about. They're going to start eating their own children and carrying on. That's been going for 5 months, but it takes about a week for these people to be starving to death. How long do you think that all your supermarkets will be empty when there's no food, nobody delivering their food to it? What, a day, if that? How long are you going to live off whatever you got in the refrigerator? A week at that? At the rate, 3 meals a day, so forth, or more? So how long it take before they be starving? A week, 2 days, 3 days, by the end of the week? And said they're going to be eating their own children. And fighting with the demons. And fighting overseas. And now the Chinese and Chinese and India and non-some Africa is on their coastline. And it says that's just the beginning right there when they war at war with that 5 months with war with the locusts or with the demons. That's just beginning, because during that 5 months, that's when they're going to be invaded. And it says the Chinese is going to lay siege to all their cities. It's going to lay siege to all their cities. In other words, no foods, that wasn't happening when the demons were there. See? But they're going to lay siege to all their cities. No food's coming in, nothing going out, right? And it said they're going to be so bad that if a woman is pregnant, she's going to hide the fact that she's about to give birth, so she can eat her child in the afterbirth and not share with anybody raw, not be able to cook anything. And it says the men will eat their children. It says and when they do, they kill their child, and then they hide the fact they killed the child because they don't want to share the child, dead child, anybody. Eating it raw. That's what it says. We have the scriptures. That's how bad it's going to be. We'll be gone at that time. See, false lying Ishmael talking about the tribulation. You don't even have an idea what that's about. Talking about 7 years, it's not going to last 7 years. There's no way it could last 7 years. It won't last anywhere near 7 years. But that's what it's talking about, that tribulation. The Levites going to go through it. We won't. We'll be gone. But it's be hell on earth here in America. And said the Chinese not going to they're going to slay seize all their cities. The Chinese and Indians and non-Islamic Africa that's going to be with them, they're going to lay seize all their cities. And the people are going to be starving, eating their children, eating their pets, eating everything, eating each other. And then when they take the city down, they're going to be merciless. They're going to slaughter everybody in there, except those good, young, and healthy. And they're going to take them into perpetual slavery, and then they're going to destroy the country, totally destroy it, nuke it. That's what you can expect in the next few days, brothers and sisters. See? And this gospel, anyway, we're preaching all the world, so what I'm teaching you right now, right, it's going to be broadcast all over the world in a few days. So they're going to have that last warning. But you're getting the warning now. And if you're wise, right, then you a beacon, right? Then that's what you should be doing, getting that warning out. But that's your choice. You don't have to, because you already paid the price. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be a messenger of the covenant. You don't have to be a beacon, right? As long as you're not against the messenger, you're still going to get your reward. See? So that's up to you. See? But our people's salvation is on your shoulders, brothers and sisters. You wouldn't be chosen if your shoulders couldn't handle it. Now it's up to you what you do with it. Yes, decision has to be yours. See, but you remember it for what you did. See, it's a heavy burden, and I should know. But I know you can do it. See, so it's up to you, bro. It's just, you're not getting any flack from me. I don't push anybody here. I appreciate whatever you're doing. See, but remember the first principle: consequence. Your reward will be based on what you do. So you want to sit on one of those 12 thrones, then you better act like it, right? Because they're sitting there, waiting for somebody, but sit on it. See. Okay, brothers and sisters, hope you understand. So I think we're going to leave it there. All right, Assalamu alaikum.